What's up, guys? It's Straith here. Have you ever wondered how games on Roblox are made? Or have you ever thought to yourself that you would like to maybe make a game one day? But every time you go online and try to look up tutorials, it's really convoluted and it's just really confusing because nobody really explains why you're doing what you do or how something works. Most people will just tell you what to do, so you never really understand the why, so it's hard to actually learn anything from it. Well, if I got the solution for you, I'm going to be releasing a new Roblox series that is for scripting for beginners. We're going to start on the most very basic topics and work our way up to more advanced topics as we go. We're going to start with just an introduction to Roblox Studio this episode, and each episode we're going to advance to a new subject or new topic. So let's get into Roblox Studio. So it'll give you options for different maps that you can choose from, and it doesn't really matter what you pick. If one looks cool to you, I definitely encourage clicking on any of them to check it out and just see for yourself just what Roblox Studio can do. But for our purposes, we're just going to go with the base plate because we don't want anything on the map right now. So when you load in, you're not going to really see any menus or anything. You're not going to have anything on your screen. So what you're going to want to do is go up to your View tab at the very top of your screen on the left. You're going to want to open both your Explorer and your properties. You can drag them around however you want, and you'll see that it'll let you snap into somewhere, or you can just leave in the middle, whatever you like the most. Personally, I just put both of mine on the right side, but it really doesn't matter what you do with it. Whatever feels best for you. So the Explorer is what's going to contain everything that's in your game will be in your Explorer. For example, if I go into the Model tab, we can insert a sphere. And if I press 3, I can resize it. Just as an example, 2 is moving stuff around, 3 is resizing, 1 is just selecting. But you have all these options in the Model tab up at the top. But using the number keys makes it way faster. But anyway, once I insert this part, it goes into the Explorer tab. So you can see it's in the workspace, which is where all the physical parts are contained that you can see at that moment. You also have other things like your lighting, your players, which is where your player models will be put into when somebody joins the game. You have your starter pack, which is what people will get when they first join the game. Like if you put a sword in there, they would spawn with the sword. You have a starter GUI, which is what it's like menus on the screen that are given to the player when they join the game in the first place that they start with. And you have your properties, which shows you all the properties of whatever it is that you have selected. So I can select the part. I could go to brick color and change it. I could make it yellow. I could change the material to leather, or I could change it to ice. You can turn off cast shadows if you don't want shadows. You can do all kind of things. And we're going to be going over in other episodes in the future how you can change all of these and change parts or whatever else is inserted with a script. So you could have a script that would make this part turn blue when you click on it. And then you could have it when you left click, it turns blue, and right click, it turns back to yellow. And we'll be going over all kind of things like that. But just learning the basics of Studio is really important before you get started, or else you'll get really confused as you're going. So some other simple things that are good to know is under the test tab, if you want your character to be put in the game to try something, you can go to your test. You can either play here in this window or just play the other way and it'll open up a new window. But so when I play here, I am now in the map with the sphere. But if I press stop and I go back into Studio, there is something, I'm going to drag it up for the example, called anchored in the properties. So right now, the sphere is not anchored. So if I press play, it just falls to the ground. I'll lift it up a little higher to give a better example. And instead of waiting for my character to spawn, I'll just press run so you can immediately see it fall. But if you go into their properties, you can turn anchored to on, and then it will no longer fall. So I will press run, and as you can see, it stays in the air. So when you're messing around with bricks and stuff, that's important so stuff doesn't just start falling over. If you build a house and nothing's anchored, it'll just fall in on itself. Now when you press stop, it'll always go back to how it was before you press play. So anything that you alter while it's running won't be saved when you stop it. So make sure that you're not running whenever you're editing something. So those are the most important parts of Roblox Studio. So now that we've gone over that, you can, one last thing, you can right click and insert object, and you can insert a script that you can put scripts in. You can insert parts or many other things that we'll go over. But that'll be it for this episode. Next episode, we are going to be going over how to do print statements, which I will explain more of in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, and I will release the next episode tomorrow.